Tell us first a little bit about how MJ was an idol of yours and growing up, but then also the big moment of getting to meet him.
My dad went to Chicago for a work conference and came back and said, "This guy's going to be pretty big." So my
That's an understatement.
But you think back, he's drafted in 84, rookie year 85, gets injured 86. So it's 87 is just like reborn again, you know? So it was really, what could he do? You know? And there's a lot of question marks around his ankle and stuff like that, but he just come off a pretty good playoff against Celtics. So, you know, the whispers were out there. So Dad brought that top back, and I remember waiting for my first ever pair of Air Jordans. It's the Jordan 4s, the black, red and white ones. I was a Skilder fan as a kid, so couldn't wait to get those. And then it started, you know, the learning to fly and all those videos. So I'd order them. My mum would order them over States, and they'd take 3 or 4 weeks to come, and put the VHS in and watch the videos. And I wait. Friday nights was always on ABC, was always the game of the week for NBA. So I'd always be praying and hoping it was a Bulls game. If it wasn't, I'd turn it off. Wait for the next Friday. Yes, it's a Bulls game. So I went through that phase of but I looked at a lot of things. You know, he was a high draft pick. His middle name's Jeffrey. It's about the same way. He's born on the 17th of February, on the 19th of February. He's 6'6". I'm 6'5". He could jump. I could jump. He stuck his tongue out all the time. So did I. So, you know, when you have an idol, you have someone that, you know, you want to look up to, but you also got to try and look for similarities, I reckon.
Yep.
And that's how you create your idols. That's how you create your idols. And for me, it was him. It was just everything that he did. I mean, I still get chills now watching The Last Dance and those highlights. Because 1991, I skipped school so I could watch that last championship win when they won 4-0 against LA at the Forum in LA. You know, that first ever championship ring, and then 92, same thing. You know, where's Whitey? Watching the Bulls. Same thing, 93, you know. So, and then you go through, 95, 96, 97, all that sort of stuff as I was playing footy myself. So, yeah, I lived and breathed everything that he did. And always envisioned an opportunity to meet him, but never thought that what would unfold, you know. So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
And then what did unfold, my friend?
Oh, that's a lead, I guess. So it was 2011. So I just been working at a radio station, but I just created Whiteacre, which I still run to this day, which is the digital agency. And the reporting system we use is called Sprout Social, which is based in Chicago. But so New Year's 2010, 2011, we had a party at Adam's house. And I think I mentioned this in the LinkedIn story, but obviously that I think that telling the story how it rolls out. And it was a guy who played junior footy called Travis Jones, junior golf with the boys. A left-hander, really, really good player. But he ended up going over to America and then married an American girl, and just recently moved to Chicago. So Adam knew this. Adam goes, "We've got to meet Johnsy." So I go to meet Johnsy. We're sitting there, we're talking, whatever. And Adam goes, telling the MJ story. I'm like, what? He's telling the MJ story. So while he's telling me the MJ story, Adam's gone and told everyone else. Right? So I didn't know that. I had my back. So Johnsy tells me a story that he catch up with these 2 guys called Billy and Billy. And they're both pros in Chicago. They go to the putting green, they're having a putt. One of the Billies comes on and goes, "Hey, Johnsy, we've got a 4th coming. Don't get too alarmed by it, but there's no cameras, but I just want to inform you that we've got another guest coming." And Johnsy's not a he's a basketball fan, but obviously knows who he is. Anyway, so he's there. Hey, Billy yells out, "Hey, Johnsy, I want you to meet MJ. MJ plays in a 4. So by the time I've met Johnsy, he's already played with MJ half a dozen times. So he's telling me this story. I turn around, everyone's looking at me laughing because they can see my face. So it's September 2011. I decided to fly over to the States, and I want to meet Sprout Social, but Scotty, I had to make sure that Scotty made the playoffs for the FedEx. And the first event was the BMW, which was in Chicago. So I was trying to pair it together. Anyway, so Scotty makes the cut. He's in the top 75, I think it was. Easily in the top 75. Book my flight, go over there. So I do all my meetings and so on and so forth. And then on the Thursday, I watched Scotty play his first round. We get in the courtesy car, we're driving back, we get in a bit of traffic. Adam gets, when are you flying back? I said, Sunday night. He said, I think you got to change it. I said, what do you mean? And Adam would always do this. If I flew to Coolum and watch him play golf, or the PGA was at Coolum or whatever, I'd always have to try and change my flight. And I said, man, doing it again. He said, you have to change. I said, okay, why? And it's not like it's a 2-hour flight. I've got to change everything. I've got to go through his travel agent, Joe. I've got to change this, change that. He goes, we're playing with MJ on Monday, and my face went white. I still remember this. I still remember this day where we were sitting, and I looked over at him and I could see his reaction. So we went for dinner.
Wow.
Johnson came out. I sent a text message, and little did we know that one of MJ's favourite golfers is Adam. So he had rang Johnsy. No, he rang Billy. Billy, can you speak to Johnsy? Adam's in town. Can we play golf on Monday? Yep, no worries. He's got a buddy with him. No worries. Perfect. Bring him along. So there I was, waiting on the putting green at this course called Old Elm, which is exclusive golf course, men only. MJ walks across the green there, shakes hands with everyone. And then the way it unfolded, the whole day was just, it's one of the best days of my life besides, the kids and getting married and all that sort of stuff. The way it unfolded was just unbelievable. MJ grabs all the balls. There's 6 of us. There's Billy, Adam, Johnsy, MJ, and myself. All 6 balls together, as you know. Throw them up.
Yep.
Billy, Scotty, 3. We're at 3.
Oh, you're on his team.
How can you script that? You can't script that. And Billy, their favourite golfers, Adam. So they're loving it. Anyway, I hadn't played golf for a while. This is my idol. I haven't played golf for a while. I'm wearing Johnsy's clothes. I haven't got my golf clubs. I have to buy a pair of golf shoes. And I'm standing on the first tee and MJ's there. And anyway, so MJ steps up first to hit. He'd always play first. He goes, geez, I haven't been this nervous since game 6 of Utah.
He's nervous.
PGA. Yeah, he goes, I've got a PGA player watching me. He just smacks it down the middle. How do you think I feel? I'm like, God's sake. So I actually pipe it down the middle.
Nice.
A par 5, and hit my second on the green for 2.
Oh,
and he's
like, for Eagles.
That's my teammates, I inspire my teammates. So we're going around. We get to the 16th and we're kicking their bum. So they press us on 17, and it's a par 3. They beat us. MJ's livid. But he goes, Whitey, you're the one that's got it. Because Billy, Adam, pros, Johnsy, pro. Jordan has a handicap. I'm higher. I've got the shot down the last.
Mm-hmm.
But they all hit it down the middle. I hit it right in the trees, but I haven't got a shot up to the green, so I have to chip out. So I'm playing my third, make the putt. No one makes a birdie. So I've got this 20-foot putt. You cannot, kid you not, it's a true story. You cannot script it any better. So I've got a putt. Not only have I got a putt to win the game, but it's a Jordan thing, the last clutch shot, right? So it's a 15 to 20-foot putt, and so he's helping me line it up. Johnsy's helping me line it up, and that's one of the games I'm pretty good at is putting. I've been at. So he's big chest pump, high fives, goes nuts, blah blah blah. See, I inspire everyone. Doesn't matter whether white, black. I inspire everyone, and it's just like elation on the green. Like you couldn't script it any better.
That is.
So we win the match, but there was a group in front of us, so the group of 6, and this guy kept on coming back asking for scores. Anyway, it turns out about a year later, I found out that putt, not only did we win our round, but it won MJ 25 grand. So from now on, so I was in the car one stage with Billy, and he happened to ring MJ, and I was in the car, and MJ was on the phone and he said, "Yeah, that's my man, Whitey. He's my man. We're 1-1. He can be my playing partner anytime." And it's so we've been in communication ever since, actually, because the time I flew back, Johnsy said they went back and to MJ's house and watched some videos of AFL and watched me play, and he was
that's amazing.
It was meant to be the President's Cup in 2011. So MJ asked for my number because he was to be coming to Melbourne, but it ended up being the NBA lockout. So, but we've been texting back and forth ever since. So the connection there, I've been able to meet Tony Kukoc, number 7 for the Bulls.
Yeah.
So I golfed with him a couple of years ago. Been talking to him quite a lot. So MJ's been able to introduce a lot of like Scottie Pippen as well, a lot of his ex-teammates with Billies and the Billies who play golf, because a lot of these guys, Ron Harper, a lot of these guys play golf. And when they go to Chicago, they go, "MJ, who do we go play golf with? Go play golf with Billy. Go play with Johnsy." So, and I'm heavily connected with all those guys. So,
mate, that is.
And one of the Billies, Billy Zakas, he's been playing golf with MJ since '92. Been his golf partner since '92. So.
And that is, again, just another ridiculous story on so many levels. Like, what an amazing experience and what a bucket list experience that would have been. Like what's MJ like? Because you say you look at The Last Dance doco right now. Does that competitive fire? What could you feel that on the golf course, or like call it his aura or whatever it is?
Yeah, well, there's a few stages. So there was a little kid there with his dad. This is what solidified myself as going, that's my idol. So when we're on the putting green, we're shaking hands. He was giving shit to Adam because he was meant to be the vice captain for Fred Couples, who was the captain for the President's Cup.
Yeah.
That was in Melbourne, and he was meant to come. But obviously the NBA lockout didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So he was ripping into Adam. Didn't even shake his hand. He said, "Freddie Couples told me I'm not even going to speak to you today. I'm going to whip your bum." And, and we're crying and laughing already. The banner that was going was just phenomenal. The best banner you would ever read about. But there's a little kid there, and MJ went straight over this little kid, took a photo. His mum was very ill, and MJ, it was literally right next to me. And MJ's like, "Let's get a photo. Let's get a photo for your mum. Try and cheer her up." And he'd driven down from Minnesota, and that just it was just an awe thing that I just went, "Oh my God, this is just." He's come to play golf, but he's taking the time out for this kid. But the whole, I remember fishing around, my cheeks were so sore because thank God he was on my side, because he was giving it to Adam, giving it to both the Billies. The banner was unbelievable. And even on that last putt I made, he's doing a big chest pump. He just ripped them on big time. It was so funny. And my cheeks are so sore. I just remember that. But yeah, he was on the banner. He was smoking cigars. Johnsy's wife, she works for one of the biggest liquor companies in America. So he bought a dozen bottles of vodka. So he had that on his golf cart. Not that he went through the whole thing, but he started vodka straight away, smoking cigars. But he was we went down the first fairway and our balls sort of went quite close to each other. He was asking me about Melbourne. He was asking me about Royal Melbourne. He was asking me about what to do down there, and he's saying we should catch up, fly down to Melbourne, we'll play golf. It was the first hole. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Wow. Mate, you've lived a lot of people's dream there, I think, and I just love the fact that it was your moment to win the match. He thinks that you're probably one of the best. He thinks that you're a better golfer than Adam Scott right now. That is.
Wow. Billy was telling me that he flew Billy down to Florida because he lives in Florida now for his 60th a couple of years ago, and I actually ended up ringing him on the golf course with MJ, and Billy goes, "Hey MJ, got Whitey on the phone," and he yells out, "That's my boy, we're 1-1."
That's so good.
Live on that. So he knows I obviously made an impression on him for that round. But it's huge, and to still be able to communicate with him. I mean, I sent him a photo in January this year. My boy had camouflage cargo balls. You just bought it at the market. So I sent it to MJ. So I sent it, replied straight away. Said, yeah, that's my boy. You know, so it's pretty cool. And I'm not, this is just, you know, I'm not name dropping or anything like that. I don't want your viewers but it's a cool story. No,
it's an amazing story.
You know,
it's not name dropping at all. Well, like it's storytelling at its finest. Like you're living a dream of so many people. Like, you know, even when we speak to people, like, what's your dream 4-ball? What's your dream? You've kind of lived everyone's dream 4-ball there.